Let's meet the man behind Your Golf Swing, author Cam Strachan.
Cam, someone's come through to the website now. They see value in what you're offering here. What are they going to take away from investing in Your Golf Swing?
Mate, the big thing is it's all about making the golf swing simple to learn.
Yeah.
Too many of us crazy golfers, we complicate it, we think too much. We try and incorporate 147.5 things into our swing at once, and our learning system shut down. So it's about getting rid of all the crap and focusing on the one key thing that's going to make the difference, give you power, give you accuracy, and make bloody golf fun again.
Mm-hmm. How did you stumble upon this?
Way back in 2004, I got lucky and found a New Zealander who was a scientist, a sports scientist, and he said, mate, let's go and study the golf swing at a biomechanical level. Now, I'm not a scientist, I'm a bloody simple mind.
Yes.
This guy was super smart. I got to work with the smartest people on the planet. We did a major biomechanical study of the swing, and it was phenomenal.
Yes.
And what I did was I translated all that complication into what I call natural learning.
Define natural learning system. What is that?
Well, it's pretty much how we learn to do anything. Like a young child learns to walk, and they learn to walk, they learn to throw, we learn to eat. We learn to do all this before we understand language. So it's innate to all of us. Throwing a ball, driving a car, we struggle at first, but we do it long enough, and then we can do it really well for the rest of our lives. We don't need to think about it.
Is the golf swing a conscious act or an unconscious act?
Well, to do it well, it has to be unconscious. That's just how that's how humans operate. We don't have the bandwidth to consciously control every millimetre of the swing. And when you do, you self-destruct. And that's why golf gets hard. That's why you get nervous. That's why you hit one shot unbelievably well. Like you flush it 300 yards down the fairway, but the next shot you hit it 300 metres out of bounds. Overloading the learning system is a bad thing to do. Not many people can control it. My research says only 2% of people can really take all that conscious, all that technical advice and make it work for them. Only 2%. So that leaves a lot of people that can't make it work for them.
We could argue with various golf scholars around the specifics and the micro, but what is the macro for you? What's the big driving force?
Love the question. Probably figured this out in my late 30s and early 40s, but it's finding deeper satisfaction with the game. So not being obsessed about every minute detail, sort of forgetting about that and actually enjoying, and it's a bit of a cliche to say enjoy the game or have fun, but when you can actually enjoy it, the game, and enjoy getting metal on plastic and hitting your shot, the game really becomes deeply satisfying. And it might sound a little bit airy-fairy, but as opposed to trying to worry about what your grip's doing or your backswing playing is doing, there's a world of difference.
But why are you the man to listen to?
Yeah, it's a good question, and it's
because there's a lot of good golf coaches out there.
There are good golf coaches, and there's lots of them. Well, I feel I've walked the talk. So I was a young kid, started playing when I was 14. First game I shot 156. My second game, as a 14-year-old, 168 or something. I was worse in my second game, but I was hooked. So I spent a lot of time practicing, but within 12 months, I shot a par round. So I improved very quickly.
Whoa.
Club champion, and then I won a scholarship. And then the scholarship entailed lots of lessons, and it was then that I started to struggle. So the golf pro, even though he's a great guy, he basically me. How to hold the club, Cameron, how to stand, how to swing, lost the plot. And my dad said, mate, this is rubbish. You're playing so well, you're hitting the ball so well, just, off the golf coaches and go back to what you're doing. And that was the start of it. And at the same time, or a similar time, one of the members in my club gave me a book called The Inner Game of Golf. And that started on my journey of natural learning. So long story short, I stopped all the rubbish and I went on a bit of a tear, 14 rounds in a row of par or better. So I went from completely playing freely, naturally, instinctively, completely messed up, then back to playing naturally again. I really haven't looked back. I don't play much anymore, but when I do, I'm still half handy. I stopped practicing in my 30s. Despite not practicing, I was still able to play well, and that just sort of highlights the power of our learning system. We don't need to spend hours and hours and hours practicing. We can, once we learn something, we've got it, we own it. We can just rely on it and enjoy the game.
That's actually a little bit been my experience as well, because now I've got a family, busy, playing far less than when I was younger.
Yeah, for sure.
And I always thought, I'm going to lose it, it's gone, it's game over. Yeah. And occasionally there's rust, don't get me wrong, but it takes one round and I feel like I'm kind of back to where I was when I was playing all the time.
Yeah, I'm not here to say that you don't need to ever practice and you can just read a book and you're going to be on the PGA Tour. You've obviously got to play, you've got to have fun and you've got to practice maybe if you've never played the game before, but you shouldn't have to as a 45-year-old who's played a fair bit of golf and has got a natural instinctive swing and you know how to bring it to the surface. You shouldn't need to go and hit balls for 4 hours a day. We shouldn't have to practice your putting for hours on end. It's a pretty simple skill at the end of the day. It's like It's like all the other skills we do. You know, we don't have driving lessons every week, do we, to figure out how to get from home to the supermarket. We just drive.
Yeah, I don't worry about my wrist cock when I'm brushing my teeth.
100%. Yeah,
Don't even worry about
they
that.
become subconscious skills which we don't have to think about. And the less you think about them, the better you do.
That is annoyingly true.
It is annoyingly true, but for the most part, we don't do it in golf. We actually want to consciously, we think we can outthink our learning system. We think we can bypass it, but my research and my experience says you can't.
Yeah, it's a horrible negative feedback loop, but then you can have a real positive feedback loop as well.
Well, like but a broken clock can be right twice a day, as the famous saying goes. So you can still think about a lot of things in golf, and you can still hit a great shot, and you think, oh, that's it. I kept my elbow close to my side on the way down. That's what it is. But then you keep trying that, and then you hit a shank or a pull hook, and then what do? You're forced to find something else, and then it's a vicious feedback loop.
How much feedback on a weekly basis are you getting?
It's unbelievable. Up until this point, I've been doing it all myself. I've actually had to employ someone to help me keep up with it all.
Wow.
It's amazing. I could probably bring one up. I've just got we get so many, it's bloody quite, I've got a whole folder. Yeah, I've got one here. Cameron, thank you so much for helping me my golf swing. I'm 49 years old and decided to pick up a golf club about 4 years ago. I went out and played without lessons, just learned from random advice on the course. Was doing well. I'm okay with bogey golf, looking to have fun, not win tournaments or join the LPGA. Was feeling good until that fateful moment when a girl in my group said, "What's happening with your backswing? Your grip is all wrong, you better go and get some lessons." He had videotapes of me, he talked about hip rotation, your grip is bad. He had me overthinking that I almost got to the point where I wanted to give up.
Wow.
And that's very common.
Yes.
You try so hard that you want to give up. I would have anxiety even looking at my 6 or 7 iron, let alone hit it. So I've read your book, practice the motion that you talk about, and I let myself be okay with my natural swing. Went to the range and got my 6 and 7 irons back again. Thank you so much. And thank you for my golf swing.